Hey, this is Evan. I just wanted to, well, this is my first Battlefield Bad Company 2 gameplay, and yeah, basically using a T-88 LMG, and it's basically to jump right into the part two of my vacation. Well, I want to go into more detail in what I did in Alabama, and one of the big reasons we went there was so we can go deep sea fishing. And if any of you ever done it, basically what happens is you go to a boat, and most of them privately owned. People just do charters and stuff. You go out maybe 2 hours into the ocean to go fishing for mainly red snapper, because well, those are when. Yeah, mainly red snapper. I've gone 3 times, and this time we just went for red snapper. Before we've gone to ones that are longer, and we catch like shark, kingfish, and also red snapper. But this one, I don't know. I think they overcharged us and kind of ripped us off because I've gone before, and for like about the same price or cheaper, you get more fishing and more hours out of it. But I don't know. This place we paid about the same, and we only got to fish for about an hour and a half. But yeah, basically we went about 2 hours into the ocean, like an hour and a half fishing, and 2 hours back, and it was a really good time because like, well, first going out if you're seasick, obviously it wouldn't be, but just going out in the ocean was just 2 hours. You see all a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like you see dolphins, you see these weird little fish jumping around, and like the boat it was kind of a big boat, all right, but if you didn't like going out in the open water, you probably wouldn't like that boat. But yeah, basically they supply you with everything, bait, fishing rods, and they basically handed us these fishing rods and they said go fish. But there were these people on the boat to help you, and I don't know, you could tell they were white, but their skin was like extremely dark and like leathery and like dark brown. Like you could tell they'd been out all day and their skin is just totally fried by the sun. But okay, yeah, it's the fishing. Basically, well, it was cool because basically, you, like, put your rod down, and immediately it's like, bah, fish just like yanks your rod down like as hard as it possibly can. But like these fish, they take out all their energy in about 10 seconds. No, like more like 30 seconds. So for like 30 seconds to a minute, you're just like freaking fighting to reel it in. It's pulling the line down even though it's stopped. And about after that, the fish get tired and it's easy to catch them. But yeah, I caught 4 fish that day and we brought back, we cooked it. And another thing, well, yeah, basically, another thing we wanted to talk about was it wasn't just our family that went. We went with this other family, and we rented this condo. And there was this guy that went with us, who one of my stepdad's friends. I don't know what is wrong with him. He thinks he's all like high and mighty. If you all probably know someone like this, probably somewhere in your life, you probably met somebody like this. But he thinks that like he has to be perfect with everything, and that he's always right. Like, I remember we went to go, we got the fish and we were cooking on a grill outside because they had this little patio and stuff. We were cooking on this grill outside and we got all the plates on everything and we brought them down from the condo all the way down to the patio where they had the grill and stuff. And we get down there with everything. And he's like, "Why do you want to eat outside? Okay, well, I thought we were gonna go eat inside." And we all want to eat outside, and here he is thinking he wants to go eat outside because he said the tables were dirty. And this is a guy that grew up in Honduras, like pours dirt, like, and now he's all acting like he's all clean and stuff. This just got on my nerves a lot. Um, uh, I don't know. And then we were cooking, and then we also cooked the fish. We no, that was steak. Sorry, but when we cooked the fish, we cooked them inside, and he didn't want to cook them inside because the fish would smell bad. And like the whole entire vacation, he stayed in the condo while we were all out on the beach, his wife and everything. And we'd all make fun of him because he got some tooth infection, and we all called him the Tooth Fairy, and he stayed inside. But this just got everybody mad because he wasn't hanging out with anybody or doing anything. He was just staying inside the condo, in their room, with the laptop while we were all having a fun time on vacation. And we talked to him a little bit, but for the most part, he didn't do anything with us. And that was that. We also like on the beach, or some other things we did that was cool. We got like a skimboard. I've had you ever done skimboarding? It took me a while to get used to it, but like it's very hard. Like for the first couple times you're gonna do it, you're gonna hurt, and falling on sand hurts. 'Cause, I don't know, it scrapes and it leaves scratches and stuff. There were jellyfish everywhere too. Oh my god, I must have gotten stung like between 5 and 10 times. I freaking hated it, and Well, there were all these little shops near the beach that you could walk to, and well, actually they had bike lanes next to the road, which I thought was pretty cool for a town like that. But we went down, and there was this place called the Hangout where they have food, and it was like this on the beach place where you can get order food, and they have a restaurant and stuff, like just like a chill out, let's be cool place. And we went there, and I ordered. There were three of us, me, my sister, and my friend, and we ordered food, and it was like $18 for a plate of fried shrimp. That is ridiculous. And it was he also got like these crab claws. We thought they were crab legs. It just kind of said crab on there, and we expected it to be crab legs, but he got crab claws, and that was $18. And my sister got like what is it, boiled shrimp, and that was $15. So we spent like $60 at that restaurant, which is ridiculous because right after we went out, we saw Hooters down the road, and we would have much rather gone there because it would have been much cheaper and the food would have been a lot better. But yeah, the drives weren't very good. It was a 12-hour drive there, and like just drive. Well, yeah, and then we went to New Orleans. I'll talk about that. Maybe probably at the end of this video if I have enough time after I talk about Alabama. But Alabama was an amazing trip. Just the beach, the water's kind of a little murky-ish, you know. But we also did I don't. Yeah, there was a deep sea fishing, which we had to get up at like 5 in the morning. Not fair, cause like I wasn't used to going to bed early, and I wake up and I was like, oh, you know when you wake up and you don't know what you're doing. And we also went jet skiing out there, which it was jet skiing. Renting a jet ski is freaking expensive. It's like $100 for like. No, we got it for an hour. Yeah, and it was $110. Like if you would have bought a jet ski, it would have been a lot cheaper in general. But running a jet ski, you go fast, turns are easy, and everything just works out really well. It, I remember I was riding with my friend, and I was going, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be cool and fun. I turned the steering wheel as hard as I could, and the jet ski, like, flipped around, and my friend flew off, but he was still holding on to me, because you have to be holding on to the person in front of you. And, like, we flew off the jet ski in the middle, like, pretty far out into the ocean. Like we could see the shore and stuff, but we were just jet skiing far out. And we flew off, and the jet ski was about 30 feet away. And I don't know, it was kind of weird because we were in the middle of the ocean. I swallowed this big gulp of salt water, not anything. Oh, it was disgusting. I swallowed this big gulp of salt water, and we had to swim back to the jet ski. It was kind of floating away a little bit, and that wasn't a fun experience. But the jet skiing was fun in general. And when we were getting ready to leave, we went on this ferry ride. Like we got it like with the car. Like we all got in the car and we got on this ferry ride, and it was pretty cool. And I've only done it like once before, but I don't know. This was a better experience because you passed all these oil rigs, and you got to see like there were always dolphins following the ferry. And we got onto the ferry, and it was a cool ferry ride. There were a whole bunch of other people there that we talked to. You can go onto this viewing deck where you can see everything. And like I don't know, after the ferry ride, we started driving to New Orleans, which was only about 3 hours, no, 4 hours away from Gulf Shores, Alabama. And like my stepdad had this GPS, this old GPS, didn't know like shit at all. And I had my iPhone, and I was getting the route on my iPhone, and the GPS was telling me to go one way, and my iPhone was telling me to go the other way. And I knew that my iPhone was telling the shorter way because I looked, and the route his GPS was giving was like an hour longer. And I tried to tell him this, and then my mom and him started stressing out, and they all started yelling at me. And basically, they're just telling me, my stepdad, well, he started like yelling, and it made everybody stressed out. He just started, he turned around actually to go the way I was telling him, but he basically like, at the time, he just like wanted to like turn around and like throw something at me. But it turned out, obviously, I was right, and well, yeah, well, New Orleans, I'll talk about that in another video. New Orleans was about, I'd say, we're only in New Orleans for 2.5 days, actually. We got there at about 2, actually, and we stayed that day, then we went and stayed 2 more days. I actually think New Orleans was a better trip than Gulf Shores, Alabama, just because it was, I live in Dallas, and I don't know, New Orleans is something completely, totally different, probably, than anywhere you'll ever go. It was just crazy. At night, French Quarter, we have Cafe de Monde, we went to Bubba Gumps. New Orleans is just a crazy place in general. It was just the whole trip was amazing. I'm gonna cover it in probably one or more two videos. My next video I'll probably put up a Modern Warfare 2 video. I don't know, but yeah, this wrapping up the gameplay. This is an alright gameplay. I just wanted to put out a Bad Company 2 video gameplay, and this was about like the first gameplay I got. So this is Crazy Commentations. Peace out.